Today we're going to be propagating succulents from leaf cuttings. We're going to talk about a variety of different succulents, and we're going to propagate them all from leaf cuttings. I'll walk you through the process, and over time I'll give you some updates. So check it out. If you're new here and you like plant content like growing, gardening, propagation, anything like that, consider clicking that subscribe button if you want more. Let's go. What's going on, folks? So today we are finally going to be putting these leaf cuttings into some media. So I got a half tray of some like cactus mix here, and I am going to put these guys in the mix right now and kind of give them some water. A lot of them have died. I mean, they've been actually sitting out here for a few weeks, which is way too long. You can see some of these already have some aerial roots. These Kalanchoe tomentosa seem to air root just really easily. You can see on this Golem Jade that there's an aerial root. Of course, Gracia lobata has some aerial roots. So anyway, so what I'm going to do is put these in the dirt now and kind of give them a spray. I've actually lost quite a few just because they've become too dehydrated. So I'm going to start with anything that's got an aerial root on it. And I'm just going to give it a little indentation here and put it in the soil. Go with these Jade. And we're just going to do a little pattern here. Why not? I'm not expecting all of these to make it. Just because, you know, as I'm putting them in there, I can feel that a lot of them are, oh yeah, that guy's got some aerial roots also. They look like they're actually a little dried up though. The Thanksgiving cactus has some aerial roots. You don't want them in there too deep. You definitely don't want that. You basically just want to lay them on top of the soil. Now, in the past, you know, with a jade leaf, for example, you know, I would stick it in dirt like up to there, and it would grow a really nice root base out of the bottom, but it would never shoot up any leaves. Like maybe 1 out of 4 would shoot up some branches out of the base here, because all the branches are going to come out of the base. So it would just stay like a really plump leaf halfway out of the soil with roots coming out of it, and you know, that's not what I want. So I mean, you can definitely root them like that, but I think you're gonna come up with a plant like with stem quicker like this. Also, if you can, You're always going to have a plant quicker if you get part of the stem as the cutting instead of just the leaf cutting. The leaf cutting is going to have just a small shoot that comes out along with the roots, whereas your stem cutting will root and just keep growing out of this. So you kind of got a head start if you can get the stem cuttings instead of just the leaf cuttings. So I let these sit out a little too long, but it is always good to let them sit out and air dry at least for a few days. You want this to be totally calloused over, because if that's wet and you put it in like a wet medium, you're just inviting rot into the base there. So that's only going to give you problems. Now, I don't know if it's even possible to root a leaf cutting from a Portulacaria. I've always done it from a stem cutting. Now this one, I mean, it's almost dead. It's been just sitting on the table forever. I'm gonna try it and see. I'll see though as an experiment just to see if I can root these leaf cuttings. So here we got the Golem Jade. Now I know these will root from leaf cuttings. I have Oxalis triangularis that I usually, like whenever I prune it, I'll just take a few leaf cuttings and kind of throw it in the dirt along there. I think that looks kind of cool. Oh, that little freaking bug in there. I think it looks kind of cool just to have like the succulents kind of growing in along with the Oxalis. Strong in on that one. Make sure you get the part that was connected to the stem in there. And then here's the one with the aerial root. We'll just stick that guy in there. And I'm gonna leave those out. So there we have it. So now I'm just gonna give them a spray with some just regular water. I think this is actually distilled water. And leave it at that. So you definitely don't want it soaking. You just want to keep them hydrated long enough for them to root. So that might have been actually even a little much. It's been in the 90s here though, so we have the AC on, so it's kind of dry in here. I may just put them out on the porch, but for now, I think we're done. So if I need to, I have a little greenhouse lid that I can put on here once this dries out a little more to sort of regulate that humidity. I definitely wouldn't put it on now with all this water in here. So I'd definitely just let this dry out for a day or two. Then maybe I can put that on, see how that works. So yeah, there we have it. And I'm just going to see how it goes. So hopefully some of these will live. Now, like I said, they have been sitting on the table for a few weeks. I've even lost a lot of them just from being dried up, and a lot of these are really dehydrated. So we'll have to see if they make it. Hopefully we'll see some growth. I know there's definitely quite a few of these that have some aerial roots on them already. So I will check back with you and give you an update. We'll see you in the next video. Here we are with the succulent propagation tray. Nothing is completely, well, it looks like these guys have shriveled up. But these, however, they were shriveled up too, but I thought they were goners, but look at that. That's some new growth there. Wonderful. I've got some roots on the Thanksgiving cactus, on the Melancholy tomentosa, Crassula ovata. So, looks like we're having some success here. I'll give you an update soon.